Hi, you guys. How are you? Happy Monday to you. We are talking about, because a lot of parents have been asking me about breaking habits with your kids and why is it so hard and what I can do to help you make it easier. So, we're talking about things like potty training or creating routines or what else? We lose the bottle. What else happens along the way? So many things, even personal hygiene. So many things happen along the way that you guys need to break an inconsistent or a stage habit, a habit in the progression of life, like potty training. Clearly, at some point, we have to learn how to potty train. And breaking these habits and creating new habits is something that you, as their parent, has to stay consistent with because you're the one that needs to direct the habit. And depending on the age of the child, you are really the one that needs to make this happen, not them. The interesting thing about breaking habits, however, is that you, as the parent, usually has a harder time of breaking it than your child does if you stay consistent. Not using pacifiers anymore, not sucking thumbs, things like that. It is more up to you than them. And you will discover that after I give you 6 pieces of advice to get you going with this habit. Okay. So, cheers and good morning to you. I've already had my morning coffee a couple times, so we're on our water now. Okay, so let's talk about these 6 things that you need to start doing to break a habit, however that relates to you. And if you're on with me live, please say hi. And if you're on the replay, you can give me a hashtag after party, but let me know who's on with me live. And if you're currently working on a habit to break, let me know that as well. I have to kind of shift my screen. I don't know if you can tell I'm doing this because I want to see any comments that show up. Okay. All right. So the first thing you do, depending on what the habit is that you need to break, I want you to decide when that shift is going to happen. So, like if it's concerning sleeping and you're co sleeping and you want to get your child into their bed, into their room, pick a day. Say, like on Thursday, March, whatever, that's the day we're stopping. Pick a day and stick to that day. Don't be like, oh, no, 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 I'm not going to do it. Oh, no, 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 I'm not. Because you're eventually not going to do it. Commit to the decision to make this change. People tell me all the time concerning co-sleeping, my child sleeps with us all the time. I've got to get them into their own bed. How do I do it? My child's 4 years old. I've been wanting to get them in their own bed for 2 years. How do I do it? And a lot of the problem is you're not committing to it. You're not deciding on this day, we're changing. You're going to start sleeping in your bed and you don't take action on it. So I want you to decide on the day you're going to do it. It doesn't have to be today because the day you decide to do it, I want you to be committed to that decision. I don't want you to be wishy-washy. I don't want you to be like, okay, well, maybe, and then chicken out. I want you to commit to that decision. So pick a day. If you have to write it on the calendar, write it on the calendar. Talk about it with your child, commit and stick to it. Okay. That's number one. Number two, you have to be consistent and persistent and help them to be consistent and persistent. Think about it this way. Think about when your child learned to walk. Okay. All of a sudden, your child was crawling, and one day they pulled up on something. And then they'd walk around holding on to things. And all of a sudden, they stood up and they fell back down. Did you push them down and tell them not to keep walking because they're not so good at it? No. You encouraged them. You celebrated them. You lifted them up. You walked them around with your hands. You did all kinds of things to encourage their progression of walking. You celebrated every step, literally. Do the same as you're breaking habits. Stay as consistent as you did with helping them walk and as persistent as they did in helping themselves to walk. Those two things will carry you through. Okay. Now, don't send mixed messages. So here's an example of a mixed message. A mixed message is you're potty training your child and you've got them going great. And all of a sudden you got to go to the store and you're like, oh, I got to go to the store. I got to go in a hurry. I'm not going to have time if they have to go potty to run them to the potty. So you put a pull-up or a diaper on them. That is a mixed message because you've been working hard to teach them that we don't go to the bathroom in our pants. And now all of a sudden you're giving them permission to go to the bathroom in their pants. That is confusing them and sending them a mixed message. Do not send mixed messages. Once you've committed to something, commit to it. If you've decided no more bottles, they drink out of cups. They don't get a bottle. If they find a bottle, you take it. You say, this is for your baby doll, or this is for, your baby cousin or something like that. Same with like a pacifier. Often you quit pacifiers and there are pacifiers around and you wind up, they find one and they pop it in their mouth and they walk around with a pacifier and you never say anything. You have to say things. You have to not send mixed messages. They are not allowed to do some things sometimes and other things other times. They are not going to get it. If you are trying to get them to get out of your bed and sleep and not sleep with you, don't all of a sudden let them sleep with you again, because now you're going to have to start all over. You're going to have to, all that work that you did to get them used to sleeping in their bed is now gone and you have to begin again. Do not send mixed messages. Make a decision, discuss it with them, and keep that decision moving forward. Okay. Encourage along the way. Just like I said, when they were learning to walk, you celebrated literally every step. Encourage them. You can use the manners board and they get points if they do whatever it is you're trying to get them to do. Potty, they get 1 point for going pee-pee. They get 1 point for trying, 2 points for going pee-pee, and 3 points for going poo-poo. You can encourage them that way. You can give them stickers. They can have you get a treasure chest and fill it with little prizes, how they sell multiple party favors in the dollar store, not for too much money. They can pick a prize. However you want encouragement, we all encourage them. We all like encouragement, and we all appreciate being appreciated for our hard work, and that's what you're doing. So encourage them along the way. And don't give in to tantrums and demands. Don't be afraid not to do it because your child might throw a tantrum. You've got to do it at some point of time. The tantrum is not going to last forever once they realize they're not getting their way. Don't give in to disrespectful demands. That's what's good about having a conversation about this prior to starting. Giving into those demands and those tantrums is only going to continue. Tantrums and demands, there's only going to continue happening, and you're going to have to deal with them continuously. Don't give in. In 2 to 3 days, that habit is going to start shifting in your child, and it's going to start being their normal. It takes a lot less time for a child to create the habit than for you to. And it's a lot harder for you because often these habits are habits of convenience. But once they're done, they're done. Yay! Once you break diapers, no more diapers. Once you break bottles, no more bottles. Once you get them sleeping in their own bed, they're sleeping in their own bed. It's awesome. Once they go potty, whatever the habit is. Once you get them brushing their teeth, they're brushing their teeth. Yay. Do they have little bumps along the way? Yes, they may have little bumps along the way. Just like we all do. We all make mistakes. We all give our day a good try, and for whatever reason, something doesn't go right. That's fine. That's normal. That's human. But once they get it, they get it. And I want you to celebrate those small wins every step of the way, your wins and their wins. If you get through a day and you're like, yes, I was consistent on taking them to the potty. Hi, Dr. Seema. Yes, I did it. I knew that if I could do it, it would start working, and it's working. Celebrate. Give yourself an award. Give your child an award. Sit down, play a game together. You know, guys, the best reward for your child is your time. That's the best reward. Doesn't have to cost $100. Doesn't have to cost $50. You don't have to take them out to dinner. The best reward is your time. You could have a picnic in the backyard. You could play a game together. You could go for a long walk and go for like a nature hike and have a little what's it called, scavenger hunt. There are all kinds of things that you can do with your child that are truly meaningful rewards. Not just, okay, well, you know what, let's go see a movie. Not that that's not great and couldn't be a big reward, like maybe you go to lunch and a movie or something like that. But the little celebrations along the way, the best rewards are your time. So celebrate and encourage both of you and your child along the way. Because like I said, a lot of times changing habits and trying new things and starting new ways to live are harder for you than it will be for your child. You've got to get ready and break through the hesitation of the disruption of what you know your life to be as normal. You're disrupting them, but often it's the parent disruption that's the hardest. So celebrate those small wins. Go through, decide when you're going to do decide when you're going to do it and stick to it. Stay consistent and persistent. Don't send mixed messages. That's really important to remember because it makes you have to start all over again. Encourage them while they're having success, through like the manners board or some kind of stickers or something like that, or your time. Don't give in to their demands and tantrums, because if they know you'll give in to them, they will just continue. People go, the tantrum lasts 20 minutes. What am I supposed to do? Well, it's lasting so long because eventually they know that if they keep up with it long enough, you'll give in. Don't give in. Eventually, those tantrums will slow down. They'll get less and less, and they'll eventually stop. Will they never have a tantrum again? Of course not. We all have bad days. But overall, you're not going to be dealing with them. Celebrate those small wins and those big wins. But it's important every step of the way to encourage yourself and your child. So I hope this helps. I hope this gets you to break a habit you've been trying to work on. And if it does, let me know how it went. Let me know what habit it was. And whoops, that's a coaching call. Sorry about that. Let me know how it went for you and your child, and we'll celebrate with you. Okay, guys, as always, I wish you days filled with peace, love, tons of laughter. It really is the best medicine. If you're in my Tranquility Tribe, remember that this Thursday night, if you're in the inner circle, is the first March already, the first March group coaching Q&A. You guys have a great time and a great day and an awesome start to your week. And I'll see you here next time in the Tranquility Tribe and around the web. Bye-bye, everybody.